Thank you, Dr. Liu, Chair of the Department of Public Management and Policy, distinguished faculty, and alumni of the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies, family, friends, because no one gets here alone, and distinguished graduates. Congratulations, and give yourself a virtual hand. Under better circumstances, I wish that I could be there in person. However, due to the current pandemic that we're living in and the current times that we're living in, I'm going to do the commencement address virtually. It is my honor and pleasure to be this year's commencement speaker. Today, I would like to talk to you about the importance of following your passion and welcoming growth. In 2007, I graduated from Washington County High School in Sandersville, Georgia, the kaolin capital of the world, with a population of approximately 5,472 individuals. I never thought that college was on the horizon for me because it was never instilled in me to go to college. No one in my family ever attended. Eventually, after speaking with the college counselor and my favorite teachers, Dr. Shelton and Dr. Clark, I made the decision to go to college. However, this task was not easy. I ran into so many obstacles that I almost caused my dream for a better life to not be manifest. But I welcome being stretched outside of my comfort zone, and I followed my passion and was able to attend college as a first-generation college student. Fast forward to the year 2010. 1 year before graduating from undergraduate from Georgia State University, and I'm at another pivotal moment in my life. I had just found out that I made an extremely high score on the LSAT. And it was in that moment that I realized I was following the dreams of my parents and not my own. Because I had no desire to study law or advocate for people under laws that I didn't necessarily agree with. And on that day, I decided that I was going to do what was best for me and not for others. Instead of pursuing a career as a lawyer, I decided to take a job in New York City and volunteered for City Year, a nonprofit that was dedicated to helping students and schools succeed. While working with City Year, I met a student named Denise. Denise was in the 9th grade, but had a kindergarten reading level. After getting to know Denise, I realized that her behavior was the result of the systems in action. So I wanted to help Denise more than anything. That is when I knew I wanted to be an advocate for the voiceless and dismantle this broken system with the intent to repair it. It was this experience that my passion took over, and I knew I wanted to become a social worker. Becoming a social worker was not the easiest path. I didn't make a lot of money, but I loved my life. I loved the work that I was doing, and I felt like I was purposefully pressing forward to serve others. Through my desire to make an impact on the world and my continuous efforts to serve others, people around me began to notice. After being asked 3 years in a row by my previous mayor, Ted, and encouraged to run by my friend and mentor, Yterenickia, I decided to run for office. And at the age of 26 years old, I became the youngest Black woman to serve on the Clarkston City Council. During this time in my career, I allowed others to push me out of my comfort zone and into confidence because they realized something in me that I hadn't. And they knew that if I brought my will to serve, my knowledge, and my talent to this new role, that I would make a great impact. To this day, I'm forever grateful for people that have invested in me along this journey I call life. Like my previous mayor, friends, mentors, and of course, the great faculty and staff and professors at Georgia State University. Had I not followed my passion and my purpose, where would I be? I could be in a courtroom for someone else, but I look back on the impact and I'm grateful that I'm serving others every day as a social worker and on the Clarkston City Council. I've always been at crossroads in my life, But I've always been mindful to follow my passion in a purposeful way. And I encourage you to be fulfilled through following your passions and knowing that your path may change, but that's growth. And learning to accept it is key. There is no easy task to accept growth. So, I'll leave you with three pieces of sound advice. One, surround yourself with like minded individuals so that you always feel like you're supported and you have a sounding board during those tough times. Two, be genuine and intentional about the relationships that you cultivate and foster, as I firmly believe that individuals will always remember how you made them feel and be willing to help you in the future. Three, you're here today as a graduate of the great Georgia State University because you were patient with your process and relentlessly following your purpose. So stay authentic and true to yourself and not to other desires or the dollar. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my story, and I hope that it will inspire you because there isn't a specific path that you have to follow because your passions and aspirations should change. It's growth. Congratulations, graduate, and thank you again for allowing me to tell my story today. Have a good day. I wish you well in the world.